professional learning. Domain 1 set the scene for developing skills in academic literacy and digital literacy. Initially, I had to recall how I would write my ideas down in a clear way, being able to use appropriate language and reference material that I had read or sourced online. The online environment led me to then find out a little bit more about what it meant to be a digital citizen, around my digital fluency, and that was an enlightening part. It made me aware of the responsibility that I have as a specialist teacher when retrieving information, that I understand that it has come from a reliable source. I've been able to evaluate that information and understand what I'm reading, so that when I share it, it is evidence-based or research-based information that I'm using. I think it also made me really aware of, when I'm in an online environment, how I interact in that environment. So I can be quite passive, or I can be actually part of it. And I think Wenger's community of practice was a really enlightening reading for me, where I began to see myself not just as a user but as a participant, or the potential for myself to be a participant. And some of the blogs like Edutopia, where there's opportunities to interact and comment, I kind of found myself sort of feeling a responsibility that actually, if I'm part of this community, it's important for me to participate by acknowledging articles that I thought were good, or posing a question or challenging what was said, and I found that quite exciting. One of the important aspects of being a professional learner is understanding the role of well-being in that context. For myself, it's a really difficult challenge to get off the treadmill sometimes. I'm very passionate about what I do, and so it's not difficult for me to become fully committed and fully involved in spending a lot of time on what I do. But although I've been had moments of operating with very good well-being throughout this course, Domain 1 was probably when I worked at it the hardest, because I was focusing on the goal of really trying hard to balance my life, timetable, my work, my job, my social life, and this needs to be a really continuing goal. It's a really important part of guaranteeing my success at what I do at my job, is making sure that there's balance. I also find myself looking in at the families and children I work for, or work alongside. They need their well-being acknowledged, and I need to look at it from their perspective, because often families are in a lot of uneasy situations that cause a lot of stress, and even in the interventions that I've been involved in so far, there's many children suffering from anxiety, which plays out in the classroom, and it's a major barrier for them to being successful in their learning. So if I can look at myself and ways I manage stress, I can share those things with other people, and I can also advocate the value of finding ways to look after yourself, and finding ways to relax, and finding ways to overcome the challenges that can feel quite huge in front of you. So that will be one of my goals that I take forward, is looking at ways that I can support people with their well-being without being intrusive. And yeah, look forward to sharing that at some stage in the future.